Thank you. I'm Laura, and this is Janice.
Hi.
And we are thrilled to be here today. We thank you for all of you who voted for us on the People's Stage. And we'd like to talk to you today about 1,000,000 mindful children. Some of you may remember us from 2 years ago. We were on this very stage as the Wisdom Award recipients. Our automated daily mindfulness programs are used today in pre-K through 12th grade classrooms. The audio-guided format allows the program to be scaled to millions of classrooms. The 10-minute-a-day format also allows the program to fit within the school curriculum without having to make a lot of changes. So it's easy for teachers to implement. And maybe what is the most exciting thing about the program is that the students and the classroom teachers are able to practice together every day in the classroom. Teachers tell us all the time that it's their favorite time of the day. So for schools and for teachers that are brand new to mindfulness but want to get started, this is a great way for them to jump in and start practicing every day. And for schools and teachers who already have mindfulness programs or social emotional programs working in their school, this is just an adjunct, and it's a simple way for them to put the daily practice into place. When we were here 2 years ago, we had about 1,200 students in 50 classrooms running our programs in the country. And at that time, we shared some of the research around the program's effects. 60% reduction in behavior problems for students that participated in the programs compared to those students that didn't. In addition, 7 to 15% improvement in academic performance. So the longer the students participated in the program, from an 8-week study all the way to a 27-week study, students' performance improved from 7% to 15%. And because teachers are able to practice along with the students, their stress was reduced by 43%. So pretty amazing results for just 10 minutes a day and something that you just press play and listen to. So today, we have over 20,000 students practicing every day in classrooms in this country. Yay. But we're on our way to 1,000,000. Thank you. And we love data, and we love metrics, and we understand that this is the language of educators in a lot of places, but really the impact that we see on students every day is remarkable. And we realize that each and every student that's touched by these practices transforms and becomes more and more of the person that they're meant to be. So the reason that we get up every day and the reason that we're so passionate about this work is the stories. These are just a couple of examples of student journals. So within our 10-minute program, there's a 2-minute journaling exercise that students participate in every day. And these are just a couple of examples. So one of them says, when I felt more relaxed and calm when I heard the program and the rain stick sounds. And the other one that's a little bit harder to read says, when I was doing the exercise, my stress just weared off. I wasn't thinking about the people who bully me. I was focused on me and no one else. And the next day, the student wrote, I was feeling like I was at the top of the mountains with words like peace circling around me. And this is real. I mean, we have a chance when we're in the classrooms with these students to hear this and to feel this every single day. And it's the funnest job ever. But for all the children that have exposure to these kinds of programs in this country and around the world, there's millions and millions of more that don't. So there's a huge challenge that we're facing, and that's really why we're here today. We know that poverty is linked to stress. We know that. And we know that stress is linked to poor academic outcomes and poor life outcomes. Last year in 2015 was the very first year that more than half the students in this country were eligible for free and reduced lunch, 51%, which is a measure of poverty. So 51% of our children are in those environments now. 85% of students report high levels of stress in a recent study. 1 in 5 kids drops out of high school, and in urban areas, it's even higher. It's like 2 in 5. So those are stats, but really what happens to children is that this cycle keeps repeating. There's something called the school to prison pipeline. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, but it's a thing, and it's as horrifying as it sounds. I mean, the cycle just keeps going. So we know mindful awareness can break this cycle. We cannot change the poverty that some of these kids live in today or the environments that they are in, but we know that we can reduce their stress through these practices. There's ample evidence that mindful awareness reduces stress. And we know that that can help improve academic and life outcomes. And we know that that can help children transform. We see it every single day.
So we are thrilled to be here. And let me just say, we're even more thrilled that we were able to launch our beta platform yesterday out on the People's Stage. Thank you. This platform was built and designed by our partners, Certus Plus out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, who, by the way, we met here at Wisdom 2 years ago. So that just goes to show you the power of the community and all the relationships that you're building here. So that's a big kudos to Wisdom and what they're doing. But we call it a collaborative technology because the platform, we need a robust platform in order to scale to get that many classrooms on. So let me just go over a couple little highlights. First of all, we need to stay to our guided principles, and that was that the teacher goes on, the teacher logs on and simply presses play. Like Laura said, it's great for people that don't have a practice yet, and for teachers that do, it's a perfect fill-in for them during the day. The other thing that we were asked to add from our teachers was community. Our teachers now have the ability to connect. They have the ability to share. They have the ability to maybe go deeper in their own practice by using some of the components of the platform. And it's kind of funny, but around the holidays especially, a lot of teachers tell us that the students ask them, can we bring Inner Explorer home? Because my parents are really stressed out. This is big, guys. We now have what we call radio for parents. So a parent opts into the classroom, the teacher goes to hit play, the parents get an email, parent or caretaker gets an email, and they're able to listen in with the students. Imagine what that's going to do for the community. Imagine what that's going to do for the kids. Not only that, but the parents themselves can start to maybe develop their own practice. The other thing is collaborations. We have a lot of collaborations because we're not going to be able to reach 1 million children on our own. We have to work with some partners. We've got some great partners and friends, such as Calmer Choice out of Massachusetts and Crim Foundation out in Michigan. And our platform is considered an open platform. So collaborators, please come see us because we would love to have you. What happens is that users come in through their website and come to our platform to get the daily practice. 1 million mindful children. Doesn't that sound nice? So this is the audience. We feel this is the audience that can help us carry this journey so that we can be the next generation. We can be the generation to break poverty. We can be the generation to disrupt despair. And we can be the generation to start by reaching 1 million mindful children. Wisdom community is huge. I just proved that, right, with the relationships. But also we know that technology and mindfulness works. So then the next goal is to try and get the tools to the teachers, right? Try and get the tools into the classroom to try and help these students. Wisdom has been good to Inner Explorer. We are very thankful for all they have done. And we are looking to give back. We're looking to give back. And in order to do that, we need to have network effective performance. And no, that's not my word, but we want as many classrooms as we can on the platform. Because in order for the platform to work optimized, we need a lot of people on there. So what we'd like to do here at Wisdom is to let you know that if you go on to interexplorer.org, you can hit the Wisdom button. And in there, there's some ways that we can help. The first one is that we'd like to offer you the ability to gift our program to a school for free for 3 years. That's like a $6,000 savings for that school. That's such a great gift that you can bring to them. Thank you. The other one is to sponsor a school. If you sponsor a school for $100, we're going to give them lifetime access to the platform. The only thing is, for both of these, we need to have them started before the end of May when we go live with our platform. So bring on as many as you can. This is your offering today. We also are running a campaign till the end of February for those that might not have school affiliations, where you can go on and buy a t-shirt. For the 500 t-shirts we have on there, if we sell them, we can reach 50 at-risk schools. We call this the Wisdom Effect, and it's all about the numbers. If we get people, everyone in the audience, to reach out to one teacher, or those that are streaming live with us, then we're going to be able to reach the 1 million mindful children. What's interesting is that this is where it gets fun. Whenever we bring a program into a classroom, 10 more classrooms want it. And therefore, we're going to be able to reach our 1 million mindful children.
So if this isn't convincing enough of the potential and the possibilities that we have together, I want to tell you a brief story about a student in Cleveland. We were there about 2 weeks ago, and the teacher in the classroom was excited to share this detail with us. This student, one night, was at home with his mom, and a gang shooting broke out, and his mother's rental car got riddled with bullets accidentally. She reported the incident to police because it wasn't her car. The next day, the child went to school, and the gang members went over and visited his mom. They broke a glass bottle over her head, and they beat her up. When he got home from school that day, he found his mom was in the ER. So besides the trauma of that event, he was now fearing for his own life and for his mother's and his younger sister's life. So if you can just imagine for a second what life is like for that child. So the next day, he went to school. I might have wanted to stay home, but he went to school, and he took a science test, and he got 100%. This child, prior to running the program, had been struggling in school, had been struggling behaviorally, and after a couple of months of using the daily practices, he was able to get 100% and actually had won a behavior award at the school as well. And the principal and the teacher were both telling us, we cannot believe this change. And when the teacher asked the student, how on earth did you pay attention and study when all that was going on in your life this week? He just simply said, mindfulness is helping me focus. And this, I would like to tell you, this is unusual. You know, kids are in these environments all over the world, but this helps them. It may not be the sole answer, but it is an answer, and it is accessible now.
So we can be, or rather I should say, we will be the generation that is going to disrupt despair. We're going to be the generation to break the chains of poverty. We're going to reach 1 million mindful children, and then more from there. So as they say in the mindfulness community, there's no better time than the present. Thank you.
With all of your help, thank you. Thanks.